Hey there, let's do a really impromptu video here. So I'm in California and I'm currently testing a radio system. It's not what this video is about, but I'll tell you a little bit about it. How do you know if they install a new system in a county, big county, if it works or not? And the answer is you make a map with a bunch of grids, right? And then you get somebody with a car and a radio and have them drive around through all those grids. And then I get to play the dispatcher, and it kind of goes something like this.
Y42, dispatch, how do you copy?
Dispatch, I've got you at grid X45, Y42, loud and clear. How do you receive my transmission?
Outbound is a pass.
Roger that, thank you. All right, so we test the grids, and if most of them pass, yay. And if there's problems, then they have to fix the system. But like I said, that's not what this video is about. Just thought you might find that interesting. What this is about is I was watching somebody else's video, and they had the closed caption, you know, the stuff underneath for the deaf people, and it was in different colors. And think about it, if you were a deaf person, right? If I had one color for one person, one color for another person, that's going to make the video a lot more interesting and a lot easier to understand. So I was like, how did they do that? So I went on YouTube and I started doing some research, and I found a couple of videos that I thought were really good, and I'm going to make sure I've got links to them down below. And between their videos and the explanation that I'm going to do right now, I think you should be able to do this. And it's really cool, and I find it really helpful because I don't have to wait for the YouTube automated text anymore and then see if it's good, because I do have a lot of deaf listeners in my audience, and this way I can publish both at the same time. So it's really handy. Anyway, enough of me flapping my jaws. Let's jump into it. Okay, so I need a video to make this video on captioning. So what I did was I took my header, my intro that I normally use, stuck it here, and then I found 3 videos that I used when I was experimenting with Midjourney and with D-DI. And then I've got my typical outro. Now you can see that the audio levels are different. All right, this one sounds like this.
Midjourney, and then sent to an AM Midjourney.
That's scary looking. And then I've got this one.
Damaged during Hurricane Ida when the roof of the structure was partially damaged during Hurricane Ida.
And so this one is a digitized one. And then this one.
CNC to shape and cut material. It works by using a rotate.
There's another digital one, which I got from a different source. So that's going to give me a range of voices, and we can do some experimentation with them. So this is my baseline video, and we're going to go in, and now we're going to go and create the captions for this video. This is the web page for Subtitle Edit. This is where you can come to get it and download it. And it's a free program. It's open source. It's great. So let's jump in and let's get started. So we have Subtitle Edit here. We're going to take that sample video that we made and we're going to bring it in. So we go to Video, Open Video File. Then I'll navigate to the correct folder. And here it is right here. We'll open it. And the video is now here. You'll notice that there's no waveform. We're going to click to add a waveform. Now, the first time that you ever run this program, there's probably going to be a few plugins that you do not have. It'll pop up and ask if you want to install it. Tell it OK, and it'll go through and do that. And then after that, they're going to be available, and the process will be a lot smoother. But I'm going to click here to add a waveform. So you see now we have a waveform, and when we play this,
Hello, I am the avatar for Jerry Rutherford.
I did that and it's still creepy. Anyway, we go up here to video, and this is cool. We can tell it to auto-generate text. Now there's this one here, and then there's Whisper. The first time I used it, I used Whisper because I was following along in the other video. It worked. I have not had a chance to try this one. You can try it if you like. But I'm going to click on this one, and it's going to say, you know, choose your language and everything, and choose the model. Now, the first time you ever run it, you're going to click on here, and it's going to have a bunch of different models, and you're going to download one. Okay, I downloaded the base 148. There's other ones that are smaller, but I figured that if it was 148 meg, it's going to be very, very robust. So that's the one that I downloaded. So, yeah, that's what I've got here. And I'm just going to tell it generate because, like I say, I've already downloaded it once. So it's going to go through and it's going to generate the text for the video. And usually it doesn't take too long to do that. All right, so now we have our text is generated. So if we come in here and we hit play,
We wanted to find out how I would look if my image was ran through Midjourney and then sent to an AI program.
all right, well, right here, you see that how it's got a miss?
And then sent.
And the and then sent doesn't quite go far enough. It's not a big deal. We just drag it over like this, right? And then we can try it again.
If my image was ran through Midjourney and then sent to an AI program.
Now, you see how it says AI and it's in lowercase? If I want to make this uppercase, I just come over here and I go AI. And you see it has changed it. Very, very simple to do. Okay? Now, when you're first starting, if you look up here, it's EBUSTL. There's a whole bunch of things that you can choose. Leave it in this one right now, for now, and I'll explain to you why in a little bit. So we go through and we can find, like, see here, I want to double check this, where this break falls.
To an AI program. This way.
You see the this way is part of this, but there's a little dysfunctionality there. So we're just going to take this and tweak it back a hair. And you may have to do that for some of them. Usually it's pretty good, but every now and then.
Way, I can be recreated if I don't feel like standing in front of the camera.
In this video,
all right, so since the text starts there, we don't want it to be there. We'll start it way back here, and we'll leave this little beep without anything.
in this video, we have been working on a complete rebuild of a Laguna IQ CNC machine. The machine was damaged during Hurricane Ida when the roof of the structure was partially blown off.
That didn't quite line up, so let's see.
Hurricane Ida when the roof
was right here. Let's see.
When the roof of the structure was
partially blown off. So just tweak that over here and tweak this here like that.
Structure was partially blown off. It's a long process.
And again, this one here, that timing is a little off, and this is going to happen sometimes. Although it's a lot better than having to type it yourself, let me tell you.
It's a long process. We have used Linux CNC and a desktop computer as the new controller. There were hurdles in programming to be sure, but now the machine is again functional and we can start to test its cutting ability. Let's take a look.
Now you see here all this text here, that's going to start after the beep, so we make that little correction.
A CNC milling machine is a type of machine that uses computer numerical control, CNC, to shape.
All right, to shape. So, it's a little bit off here, so let's find out.
Computer numerical control, CNC.
All right, so this should be back here, and this one should come over here.
Computer numerical control, CNC, to shape and cut material. It works by using a rotating spindle to move a cutter around the workpiece. See mill type of CNC. It works by using a rotating spindle to move a cutter around the workpiece in a predetermined pattern. The spindle has the ability to move in 3 dimensions, allowing it to cut intricate shapes into the material. The CNC software controls the motion of the spindle and the speed of the cutting. The operator then enters.
Now, this one here, I'm going to bring it over and bring that a little bit.
The operator then enters the desired design into the CNC software, and the machine will follow the instructions to cut the material according to the specified design.
Another little adjustment here.
The CNC milling machine is a great tool for creating detailed, complicated designs and shapes.
Alright, so now we have all of our stuff in here. And it didn't take us very long. Usually that would take me, 45 minutes to an hour to do all of this because I'd be typing it all manually. So this is great. Alright, so now that we've got that, what we're going to do is we're going to take a look. And I'm going to go here, and in this particular one, right, if I double click on it, it'll bring me to that point. I'm talking about a Laguna IQ CNC machine. So what I want to do is I want to make Laguna capitalized, right? And I want this Laguna to be a different color. So if I right click, I can come down and I can find color, and you'll see I've got this right here. So I can change the color of it, and you see it change the color here, right? Isn't that cool? So then we continue to play.
We have been working on a complete rebuild of a Laguna IQ CNC machine. The machine was damaged during Hurricane Ida when the roof of the structure was partially blown off. It's a long process. We have used Linux CNC.
Now, this Linux CNC, it's actually spelled like this. Right? And we want to make it stand out, so I'll highlight it, and I'll go to color, and I'll click on here, and you see we've made it stand out. Now, you notice how this text is like starting to run into the logo here? So one of the things that I can do is I can click on the text, right click and hit alignment, and I could say I want it to be at the bottom right, and it'll move it over there if I like.
And a desktop computer as the new controller. There were hurdles in programming to be sure.
So let's say for this whole video here, all right, this whole video, I want everything to the right. So what I can do is I can find out where this starts. So it starts here, okay, and it ends, it ends there. So from here to, let's take a look. I can hold shift and I can click all these lines. And then what I can do is right click, tell it alignment, and I can tell it bottom right. Now you see how I put that special symbol in all of these? So now when I'm watching the video, we'll go to start here.
This way, I can be recreated if I don't feel like standing in front of the camera.
In this video, we have been working on a complete rebuild of a Laguna IQ CNC machine. The machine was damaged during Hurricane Ida when the roof of the structure was partially blown off. It's a long process. We have used Linux CNC and a desktop computer as the new controller. There were hurdles in programming to be.
So we can look at that, and if we decide, for example, we're not liking it down on the lower right, we can click on this, we can go to alignment, and we can change that to, let's say, the top center. Move it up here. Wherever we want to put it is fine, and we can change the colors. I'm not going to do any more than that because it's just going to be repeating the process. So then what we want to do is we want to change this to subrip. And there's reasons for that. When I go into a line and we look at color, subrip offers a lot more different color options and stuff like that. But I like using the other one because it limits the number of colors, and I'm making sure that I grab it all the time. Now, if you want to, you can go into here and you can select your own set of colors and you can use that, and that's all fine. But set this thing to subrip. Then what we're going to do is we're going to go to File. We're going to go Save As. And then this is where we're going to create our video. And you want to make sure it says EBU STL in an STL format, even though in here we had it set to subrip, because it'll take all of this stuff and it'll compress it to this format. And we hit Save. All right, and it's going to say, uh-oh, if you want colors, it needs to be in teletext. So you just come down here, select Level 2 teletext, and you're good. And it's like, the maximum character should be 38. So you just go, okay, let me fix that. You're good. Tell it okay. Now it's saved. You have a subtitle. Okay, that's all we have to do. Now what we do is we load it and install it on YouTube, and that's what we're going to do next. So we're in the YouTube Studio, and we tell it to select a file, right? And then we're going to go to our AI tests here. And I'm going to go to my caption video like this. And we're going to take this video that we want to caption, which is this one. And we're going to click on here. So now we're uploading our video. And in here we, we put our information in here like that, right? And then you would pick if you're going to do any playlist. I'm going to leave this unlisted. You put it in there, and you come on down here, and if you have any age restrictions or anything like that, you take care of all of that good stuff and you put it in here, right? So then what we're going to do is we click on monetization, and in this case, no, I'm not going to monetize it. All right. Video elements. Look at this. Add subtitles. This is great. We just click on Add. We go over here to Upload File, and it says, hey, does this thing have timing or no timing? We say, yep, it's got timing. We hit Continue, and then we pick the file that we just saved and hit Open. That's it. The whole thing is now all in there, and we just tell it done. And now the video, when it is completed, will have our captions. All right, so it's going to run its copyright checks, and then for visibility, we're going to leave it as unlisted. We're going to tell it save, and the video is going to go. And then, see that the video is coming through. It's checking it, verifying it. And these are all my other videos, which you should watch, by the way. I've got a bunch of them on here. Okay, and so we will have our video. And then when we watch the video, it's going to have all of our captions. So we have to wait for this thing now to finish, and then we can go in and check it out. Now, I'm not going to make you watch the whole video again. That would be painful and unusual punishment. But watch what happens when I hit play.
In front of the camera.
Okay. Did we get our colors?
In this video, we have been working on a complete rebuild of a Laguna IQ CNC machine. The machine was damaged during Hurricane Ida when the roof of the structure was partially blown off.
That's all there is to it.
It's a long
Isn't that
process.
great?
We have used Linux CNC and a desktop computer as the new controller. There were
all right, hush up you. But it works. And so now we can do colors, we can do repositioning, and Subtitle Edit does a whole bunch of other stuff that I haven't even explored. So don't be afraid to explore it and try it out. But that's my video for the day, and I hope you enjoyed it. Now, if you need to make a change at any point, let's just go ahead and cover that, just because. What you can do is you go into your studio, you click on Subtitles, and then you come up here, you click on Clear Subtitles, and that makes them go away. Then you tell it Upload with timing, and you just pretend that we had edited this. You go in there, and you're done. And that's all there is to it. It's all been edited. So if you find mistakes, you can go back and change them. I have never been able to do it as easy as this before. Again, thank you very much for watching. Give me some feedback. Let me know what you think. Thank you.
Wow, 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 wow.